Welcome to my very first podcast. I am nervous, but I really hope that you will like and enjoy it. So let's start. So today I read a little article about Sheryl Sandberg, little thoughts about personal branding, and I just want to say that I agree and disagree at the same time. So Sheryl said, if you think you are building your personal brand, please don't. You don't have a brand. Perrier has a brand, and when I hear anyone talk about building their personal brands, I know that's not right thing. And I disagree because, it doesn't fit all people. We are all so concentrated now on influencers, how to brand them, how to use them, how to be them, that personal branding stereotypically means basically just simply get famous, rich, and etc. And for me, personal branding is absolutely down-to-earth reality. When you learn how to control your messages, you are giving away messages you're giving away, searching for a job, building your expertise, show online your experience, when you have strategy and goals, vision, and who you want to become, and so on. And step by step, using different mediums, channels, content, you are going to the point where you feel happy with what you do and you are in your life. So I decided just simply to share a few steps of building personal branding, because for me, definitely personal branding, it doesn't sound like building your empire of followers, and it's basically just much more meaningful. It's all about who you are, your skills, your values, vision, dreams, experience, lifestyle. It's basically your professional and personal life, synergy, and which most of the time simply just do not work together. And I always, have questions from others like why it is so easy to kind of sometimes concentrate on our kind of professional look, but it's hard to kind of balance our personal look too. And it's kind of simple to answer because we do not understand how important it is to control the messages and values we spread out there, online, offline, and in basically our daily life. Building a personal brand means basically providing value to your personal image, skills, experience that people might start to begin to associate with your name or with the idea you grow. It doesn't matter, are we talking about a new job or, your communication with employers or searching for a business partners, etc. So basically, what do you need to do? I am reading really quite a lot of different books about psychology, brain works, personal branding, and everything what possibly I could find about this topic and human behavior. And I just wanted to share kind of first 5 maybe steps that I believe you need to or you should to do, and kind of just understand, how it helps you to move on and to see maybe personal branding in a little bit different perspective than just simply be famous. So first would be, do you know that personal branding is a great motivator? When we talk about real and daily life, it is really pretty, hard to repeat every day how wonderful, each of us is, how daily life situations, are remarkable, and, we are always satisfied with everything what's, around us, because, well, real life, it's not like that. And to find that balance between daily life situations and the kind of selling point of yourself, it's pretty hard. And when it's hard, what we do, we always search for motivation, inspiration. We read and scroll for hours, on net, searching something that would have, or move forward us. But the truth is that Well, you are that motivation, your personality, your growth, your struggles. Basically, this is what you need. To be a better person, learn more is your motivation, and your personal branding is just basically a tool to learn to use it. And I do believe that personal branding is your real act and not a fake image that is kind of not existing. So, as example, I really had a lot of situations when I failed, I did mistakes, I still do mistakes. I had really a lot of situations when I needed to start from a zero, and kind of, you're sitting and you're kind of looking in your day in front and you see that, okay, this is going to be a really shitty day. Or you have a situation when you realize that, okay, I even don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life now. And the point is that you cannot control your kind of some of the situations, but you can control the consequences you get. And this is your kind of motivator push up. So it's just basically you, because only you are in control of everything what is around you. Second would be, who are you and what you do, what do you want to do, and these kind of questions. And I know sometimes we search these answers all our lives, but yes, there is kind of a big but. Sometimes we are so into living by rules. We have learned that being like everyone is just what we know the best. And I would love you today to stop for a second and think, are you really in spot where, you would love to be? Do you love what you do? Do you enjoy your work? And if not, there's always a way to move on to your dream side. It just basically means to acknowledging your weaknesses, strengths, your skills, and that you will need to have a plan and work harder to yourself. I always say that when doors are closed, there's always a window to open. And this is definitely how I managed my life. I always had closed doors, and I always was, and I'm still a big dreamer, so I always go through windows. And the hardest part in personal branding, you need to have a plan and work harder for yourself. You need to make the commitment. And that commitment, basically, it means that you need to start be kind of your client, your CEO and your employer, of yourself. You must be, I don't know, your best cheerleader, because in the beginning, not everybody will understand what the heck you're doing. And I definitely can promise one thing, that acknowledging who you are, your weak parts, strengths, and knowing at least to where do you want to go is already a great start. And it doesn't matter in which life situation you are. For example, when I moved to Switzerland, I definitely didn't know what I supposed now to do, because what I thought it will work, it didn't. So I kind of needed to sit down, stop panicking, and I did that for 2 months. I still panic time to time, so it's, let's be honest. But at least I'm committing, to myself and who I am, and I'm kind of acknowledging what kind of skills I have, and how I can improve new ones, and how can I, find ways to show everything what possibly I, could, with personal branding, with all my weaknesses, strengths, skills, struggles, and so on. And that would help me to move on in, as example, new country. Third is research. It's never easy to do, but one of the first steps is to check out who you are now from a side. You need to sit down and see clearly what kind of person you are for others, what messages and information you give away online, by emails, how you interact with people on daily life basis, Would you employ yourself, give a contract and no, yes, kind of write these things on the paper. And after this, it is really much, much easier to keep up with your personal branding. When you know what is wrong, it is easier to see what should be better, what kind of pictures you should put or should not, what kind of comments you should write or should not. And kinda you starting to see that, okay, this comment might give me bad feedback later on if my colleague would see that. And this is what you need to understand, that internet is kind of, let's say, social media and your Facebook profile. It's not a box of four walls. It's really open area. And if you even have this private, but you have your colleagues, you have friends there, screenshot is simple thing to do, and you never know when your comment might be traveling around much faster. So just think before pushing the button post. Find your social platform would be the fourth kind of step. Yes, when we speak about personal branding, I think about the places where we are most vulnerable, heard and seen, and social media, the internet is the place where we do act not like we supposed to. It's not a room of your friends and close, ones, and it's not an open world where it is an open world where we, most of the time, we don't control any of our information because just simply we thought that we don't need to. And know and find your social platform or medium where you feel comfortable and you know how to act. It means safety, privacy settings. Yes, definitely you need to know that. Also, most important to know where you're able to show your best skills to grow the voice of your, of who you are. Learning such platforms as Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, it's an amazing way to build up your portfolio and expertise online and find needed people and send them needed messages with the, kind of content that would be interesting for them. Fifth, last but not least, is collaboration and volunteering. And it's absolutely key to your success. It's your key to the portfolio, building your portfolio online, showing your expertise and experience. And yeah, most of the time, volunteering seems for us kind of being a good person and doing just good. And there is nothing bad about that. But also, it is a great opportunity to kind of strategically volunteer and show your skills. Get needed recommendations or build new skills, as I say, build your network. Volunteering for me was and is number one when I need to do something new or move on with new ideas. Volunteering definitely was the first thing that I did in Switzerland, and it was a breakthrough in everywhere, in networking, in culture, in integration, in my professional life, in my business. From volunteering, I started basically, everything what I do now. So it's for sure a step to kind of go. Volunteering and get later, be paid or asked for money. This is another topic, and this is where I struggle. For me, as I'm still new in a country, I really struggle kind of to concentrate and say, okay, look, I am professional in this particular, profession side, let's say communication, social media, and so on. And yes, I'm new here, but, it would be time to pay for my skills that I'm worth it, and it's not enough just to say, because most of the time I have this conversation, well, you're new in a country, maybe we can kind of, speak about a bit less money for that or that, or, maybe you can do for free, you need to build portfolio. And yes, I need to do that. I already did. So you just kind of move on and shift to another level and say, okay, enough is enough. And, you can start searching other ways how to volunteer and build your skills. And other way is kind of start collaborating more and more with local people. this is the great kind of business for business way, and build your network. Kind of find other people who create great content, are creative, or need kind of help, but they also have great, I don't know, network around them. And you see that, okay, it would be 50-50 win-win. And working with them, it's, yeah, you know, sometimes you do for free, but at the same time, you get also back something. And I would say that when you start something, or you kind of switching your career 180 or 360, you need to understand that sometimes we need to give, and just later we starting get. So just not to, stick with that too long, and just appreciate everything what, comes to you and you can give to others. I guess these are just a few steps to start with personal branding, just a beginning of challenging road with your own patience and effort to grow. And I definitely wish you all the best, and I hopefully hear you, or, write me any questions you have about personal branding or mentioned steps, and maybe your own opinion, how you do that, or maybe you disagree, and I absolutely, looking forward to hear from you a little bit more. So thank you one more time, and till next time.